I, like many of you, are extremely horrified by the wildfires out in Los Angeles. If you didn't know, I actually lived in Los Angeles for a couple of months when I was in my early 20s, and I visited a lot of the places that were affected. So I wanted to leave, before I start, some links to resources for how you can help support those who are losing their homes to this devastating fire. The reason that I wanted to make this video is I kept seeing videos of people trying to get back into their homes, trying to save their memories, photos, videos, precious things that really are what matters at the end of the day. A lot of people have posted about how they've learned what is actually important in life. It's their family, their pets, and their memories. And because I am someone who teaches digital organization, I've done tons of videos on Google Photos. I thought I would make another video to talk about this topic as it seems very, very current right now. And I really wanted to stress the fact that there are things that you can do to help support and protect your precious memories from natural disasters. So today I'm going to be talking about my system that I use to protect and back up all of my photos and videos that I have had throughout my lifetime. We're going to be talking about physical photos and videos, as well as ones that you can get from sites like Facebook, and also different ways that you can back up your memories. When you're fleeing in a natural disaster situation, you don't want your memories to be the thing that you're worrying about. Worry about some other things that you could take with you. You could rest assured knowing that everything that you have is backed up so that you don't have to worry about that. Obviously, I'm hoping that no one has to go through that, but in case of emergency, you don't want to regret not doing something with your photos and videos. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what I would recommend doing to make sure everything is backed up and secured so that you don't have to worry about it. So the first thing to think about is your physical photos and videos. I am a child of the 90s, so that meant my mom took a ton of photos of me with film cameras and had them developed. So I have tons of boxes at my parents' house of physical photos of my childhood, and those have not been digitized in any way. So a couple of months ago, I bought a photo scanner. There are other ways you can scan, including using your phone, but I found that a photo scanner is the highest quality, especially if you want to have the photos looking nice online. So it was a $200 photo scanner, and I bought that, and I was like, this is an investment into my memories and into making sure all the things that I'm doing have been backed up. So the first thing that I started doing is I started using that photo scanner. I'm gonna be honest, it is not super fast. You do have to individually insert each photo into the scanner, but it's a lot faster than other tools. Once I do that, I upload them into Google Photos. I would recommend uploading them into multiple places, so maybe a multiple Google Photos accounts, maybe putting them on a hard drive, putting that hard drive in the bank so that you have it at another place, having multiple copies of the hard drives, giving them to multiple family members so that you have them backed up in multiple spots. Again, if your photos are precious to you, you need multiple backup options in the worst case scenario situation. I don't like only trusting the cloud because obviously things can happen. You can get your account removed. Something could happen to something and you could still lose it all. So my thought is have it at least on a hard drive. I also recommend printing digital photos as well. So having physical copies somewhere in a safe place, and just having, again, multiple backups is like basically what I'm trying to tell you. Having them in multiple spots, and there are so many ways to do this. Another thing I recommend doing, and this is something that actually impacted me personally in the last month, in the middle of December, all of a sudden my Facebook account got disabled. I was hacked and I was not able to log into my account. Basically, they shut my account down, which means not only I couldn't look at my photos, but nobody could look at my photos. So I couldn't even see what photos I had. Thankfully, I'm the kind of person who likes to download and save photos from Facebook, so I was able to not freak out as much, and I did get my account back after a month, which was a whole story, but I realized I have to make sure that all of the photos that I've ever been tagged in on Facebook are downloaded to my computer and put in the cloud. This is something that I don't think a lot of people realize until their Facebook is disabled, how much of their life is actually on Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform you're using. So what I recommend doing is today, there's apps you can use to download all your photos from Facebook, or you can individually download the ones you want to save. Again, putting them on your desktop, but also in the cloud. I always tell people, don't just save all your images images on your computer, because if something happens to your computer, you also are losing them. So again, you have to have multiple places where you upload photos and videos. So that's kind of the main topic for photos I wanted to talk about. And if you want more on Google Photos, I have a whole video walking through all of this, my whole photos framework and how I upload them and how I organize them. You should watch that video right here. The other part of this element that I haven't talked about as much, but I think is just as important, is videos. Again, a child of the 90s, my parents filmed me on huge cassette tapes, VHS cassette tapes. You can't look at, I don't even have a VHS player anymore, so it's like I can't watch those videos even if I wanted to. So I had a friend's dad convert those to files for me, but a lot of people don't have that option. So what I would recommend doing is, there's a list below of all places you can send your VHS tapes in and have them digitally converted. What I recommend doing is getting files, not just DVDs, but actual files. So again, you can upload them to the cloud. A lot of people don't even have DVD players these days, so I'd recommend not going with a DVD. I'd recommend going with a file. You can always burn a DVD if you want to, but I recommend getting an actual physical either MP4 or MOV file of the VHS tapes, which is what I have. I have them now in my Google Photos account, and I can access them whenever I want. We had about 20, I would say, VHS tapes, so it definitely is not, it took a while to get all of them done, but I think it's definitely worth it. Plus then you can share your videos on social media, all that stuff. Otherwise they're just sitting on cassettes. One of the biggest things I want to stress about this is that VHS tapes degrade over time. So you should be doing this as soon as humanly possible, because at some point they're going to disintegrate. And so you don't want that to happen to your memories. Having backups of everything that is important to you in your life is truly going to give you some peace of mind. Obviously, there are things that we cannot control, and unfortunately, the stuff in California is just so harrowing and just awful to watch, especially knowing some of the people that are suffering, just following them on social media. It has been so difficult to watch. But if I can do one thing, it's to help the rest of America, the rest of the world, take the steps to protect themselves and to not, if something happens to you, you have been prepared for it. Preparation is so important when it comes to, again, protecting your precious memories. In the end of the day, it is what is most important besides your family and your pets, is your memories. A lot of photos cannot be replaced, especially if they were printed photos that you had from a long time ago. Maybe they were ancestors' photos that you've been passed down for many generations. Having like a box of those so that you can grab it and go if you are able to is another thing. Or just, again, taking pictures of everything so that you have all that saved. Another thing I'd recommend doing, and this is just my thought, I had someone DM me as I was talking about this on my Instagram stories, is that they took photos of everything in their house for just to know what it was, and they actually did have a fire, and I think a lot of things they had to replace, and the insurance was able to, because they had documented everything they owned. So I talk about that a lot in Notion. I have a whole board of everything that I own in Notion. I haven't updated that in a while because, again, it's kind of tedious, but I'm thinking about doing it again. It's just helpful also to know what you own, especially if you're moving and all that stuff. So again, I'm just making this quick video as a way to remind you that you need to back up and preserve your precious memories in multiple places so that you don't regret not doing it when you can. So anyways, I hope everyone is safe. I'm really thinking of all those people in California. Again, I'll have some links below on how you can donate money, or if you live locally, how you can donate your time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.